recognized for a question.
Thank you, Madam Chair. When I heard Representative Flowers sharing her anecdote, it occurs to me that what she was trying to elicit was the fact that that situation was one in which she could have inadvertently killed someone, taken a life, had the participants in that particular situation not had to take that split second that one has to when considering whether or not it is worth it to shoot another person and take a life before moving forward with what was admittedly a heated situation. So I want to use that to kind of piggyback over rather to the language in the bill that talks about reasonable belief. So according to the bill, all that is required to extinguish the requirement to retreat is whether that person has a, quote, reasonable belief that the person against whom the deadly force is used is imminently threatening to cause death or serious physical injury to the person or another person. So in getting the emails and calls that I know all of us have about this bill, I have been contacted over and over again from parents and caregivers of disabled individuals, some of whom are nonverbal, some of whom are grown men and women who are unable to express themselves in a way that may be immediately clear to people around them, and some of whom may appear to be aggressive. Have y'all considered the effect that this may have on the disabled community and the effect that this may have in particular on nonverbal members of the community who are unable to express themselves and who may find themselves in a predicament in which someone says they had a reasonable belief that they were being threatened and they shot and killed one of these members of our community?
I don't understand it, and it's, I've heard a couple of situations that were right in line, and it's really sad that happens because they weren't really a threat. The reason why you use the reasonable belief standard is it's what the reasonable person in that situation would use. And that's what our law has been for a long time, and it's in most jurisdictions. If you look on page 1, there's two spots that you see that. Page 1, line 28, and then on page 2, or page 2, line 28, and page 1, line 28. So line 28 on page 1 and 2, that language is not underlined because it's not in two language.
Sure.
That's the standard, and it's not also unique to Arkansas. In fact, it's ancient. But when it comes to self-defense, it's whether a reasonable person in that situation would have acted that way. And it is not a very good way to do it, except for every single other way to do it, right? It is the best way to do it, even though we all would love to have, things done in black and white. But the good news is it's well established in the law, and then we have good prosecutors, we have good judges, we have good juries, hopefully, who will take and be reasonable in their assessment. And it is the way it's worked for centuries.
Follow-up, Madam Chair.
You're recognized for a follow-up.
And Senator Bellinger, I'm glad you mentioned the reasonable person standard because I think